Okay, so hello to all our viewers. Hello, senior high school learners. So today is Tuesday. It's another day, an amazing day. So welcome to another fun-filled and exciting session in oral communication. So, um, still with me is Tutor Nova at the backstage monitoring your comments. So please enjoy our session for the second week or week two of our quarter two. But then, before we begin, I would like to greet and say good afternoon to all our live viewers, Itulay online tutorial of this Itulay online tutorial session, to our active and participative learners, supportive parents and guardians, and of course to our unstoppable co-educators and administrators of the Department of Education. So hello, I hope you're doing great. So again, I'm Tutor Alvin. So since we are now on the week two of our discussion in oral com, so let's read first some comments here. So hello, Jerlene David Isip. Good afternoon. So good afternoon to all of you. Rafael Faye Nota from SMNHS Macabebe, Pampanga. And here is Jenny. Good afternoon po, Tutor Alvin, watching from Santa Maria High School, Macabebe, Pampanga. Ito, si Jenny Manalo Muli. Good afternoon from Bekuran High School. So, hello po sa inyong lahat. So, can I know your schools? Um, so that I can I so that I know where you're coming from. Yeah, and Daniela Denise Manalili, one of our brilliant students, oral com students from Santa Maria High School. So yan. Um, so please mention your classmates so that everyone will learn and enjoy our session in oral communication. So, good afternoon, Shilame Kabukos Pino. So last time we talked about the types of communicative strategies. So let's have a very short review. So the communicative strategies. So we have how many communicative strategies, class? Okay, I want to see your comments. Yeah, that's right. We have 7. So the first one is it is nomination. So when we say nomination, we are referring to the opening of the conversation, suggesting a topic. That's right. How about the second one? What is the second strategy? Communicative strategy. Mm-hmm. I can read it. All right. In the comment section, it is restriction, putting limitation during the conversation, making it restricted. Number 3 or the third one, it is okay, Joanna. That's right. Topic control, focusing on the topic. And we have the fourth one, topic shifting. That means you are or we are shifting from one topic to another. Or we can say it's changing topic. Next, the fifth one, it is, mhm, okay, it is turn taking. That's right. So giving others the chance or opportunity to speak. The sixth one is, it, okay, number 6 is repair or solving communication problems. And the last one is, yeah, that's right, termination, ending the conversation. So anyway, I would like to pin, okay, the comment of Tutor Nova. Hello there, Tutor Nova. So remember, Tutor Nova is monitoring the comment section for your interaction and responses on the given questions because we are eyeing for the week 2 oral amazing student of the week. Will it be you? I think so, Tutor Nova. Let's choose among them who will be our week 2 oral amazing student. Thank you, Tutor Nova, for the support. Now, since nasabi na ni Tutor Nova ang ating oral amazing, so we'll be awarding for this week ang ating oral commencing student last week or the week 1. So, oral commencing student, we have chosen this student because you're not, no, will not. This student is very active in the comment section, and the all or most, okay, of these students' responses are all correct and they make sense. And they are very napaka full of effort, right? Ng comment, okay? Talagang pinaghaandaan, pinag-iisipan. Anyway, you can be the next oral commencing student next week. But then our oral commencing student who will also receive a load, okay, a load from us. So for last week's, okay, oral commencing student quarter 2 week 1 is none other than, okay, he is John Carlo Malyari of Santa Maria National High School, SDO Pampanga. So, palakpakan naman natin si, okay, si John Carlo. Yan, sabi ni Tutor Nova, na-feature ka na. May 100 pesos worth of load ka pa. Yan, ng sponsor natin for our week 1 oral commencing student, John Carlo Malyari. So, there are a lot of reasons to study harder for oral communication in context. Sa iba, don't worry, you'll be awarded too soon. Okay, so let's now move on. So we're done with the week 1 types of communicative strategies. Let us now move on to our topic for the second week, and this is understanding speech context, speech style, speech act, and communicative strategy. Okay? Yeah, you heard it right. This is our topic for this week in oral communication in context. We'll understand deeper speech context, speech style, speech act, and communicative strategy. So, our targets for this session are, first we'll try, okay, of course. At the end of this session, you are expected to identify the different types of speech context, speech style, speech act, and communicative strategies engaged in by people in various situations. And lastly, explain that a shift in speech context, speech style, speech act, and communicative strategy affects various factors such as language form, interaction, duration, relationship of speakers to audience or receiver of message, roles and responsibilities of the speaker, the message itself, and the manner of delivery of the speaker. Another reminder from Tutor Nova, make sure to interact and respond to me. So will you be the next oral amazing student for week 2? So let's begin. Our dear student viewers, communication is a process where connection is maintained through careful balancing of all factors involved in the communication process. Do you believe or do you agree, okay, class, that when you are communicating, there are some factors you need to balance. You need to, you need to balance, you need to maintain when you are communicating. Are you adjusting when you're communicating with different or with different set of people, or you're communicating the same way you communicate um, with somebody? So do you have common way of communicating to different people, to different situations? Yeah, that's right. Definitely it is not. It is not. So there are some important changes, significant changes when we are communicating. And this is our lesson for today, because our communication, the way we communicate, can change depending on the speech style, our speech act, the context of the speech, and even the communicative strategy. So yan, the things we've studied or the concepts we've studied in during the quarter one could affect the language form. Okay, the language form, your language. Next, the duration of interaction, the relationship of speaker, the role and responsibility of the speaker, and the message, and of course, the delivery. So, all of these factors could somehow change, okay, depending on the speech context used, depending on the speech style used, and the speech act. That's right, Daniela. We need to adjust to have a good quality of communication. So, because a communicate when we are communicatively competent, that means we know how to communicate. We can build and maintain good relationships. It yield to a good relationship because when you are communicating in a nice way, in a respectful way, therefore we can build good relationship. We can build and maintain good relationship. Remember, just like in any other kind of relationship, communication is the key. Because hindi naman maglalas ang isang relationship kung walang sangkap ng communication. Communication is the key. Remember that. So, reviewing the speech context, speech style, speech act, and communicative strategies, let's review first speech context. When we say speech context, it is the setting in which communication situation takes place. So, in our previous lesson, we have four speech context. Will you please enumerate what are the types of speech context in our chat box? Now, let's have now the speech style. Okay, thank you sa mga papuso ninyo. So, thanks for the support, for the consistent support. Now, the speech style. So, speech style, it is the form of language that speaker utilized which is characterized by a level of formality. Is it not in the speech style? If you can remember our discussion or presentation in the speech style, we have the level from the most formal down to the least formal or the informal one. So we begin with the frozen, right? After frozen, and it will end to the intimate. So after frozen and before intimate, what are the other three speech styles? Let me see if you could still remember the types of speech style. Yan. Just a real Esbert Tumbaga, the types of speech context are intrapersonal, interpersonal, mass, and public. Very sharp memory. Next is we have the speech act. The speech act is an utterance considered as an action, particularly regarding its intention, purpose, or effect. So the speech act here, we're referring to the J.L. Austin's speech act or categories of speech act, which are locution, elocution, and perlocution. The locutionary act, elocutionary act, and the perlocutionary act. And we have also the serials classifications of elocutionary act depending on the purpose of the elocution. It can be assertive, expressive. Yeah, another we have commissive, declaration, and the last one is parang nakalimutan ko natin yung last one. What's the last one? Assertive, directive, ayun, that is directive. Assertive, directive, commissive, declaration, and we have commissive. So, we have also, napaka-fresh ng lesson natin ito, the communicative strategies, which are the plans or ways or means of sharing information which are adopted to achieve a particular social, political, psychological, or linguistic purpose. So the different ways, strategies, and maintaining in beginning, developing, maintaining, and of course, ending a conversation. Nandito yan sa communicative strategies. So just like what Tudor Nova mentioned in her comment, in one of her comments, so she said that for this session, we will dig deeper on the shifts affected by these factors for us to understand this topic, these topics even more. Yeah. Communication occurs in varied situations. Do you agree? Communication occurs in varied situations. That's right. That's right. That's why we have the types of speech context. There is a big possibility that you communicate with different persons in different situation. So these factors could somehow affected or could be affected. First, the language form. Another, the duration of interaction, the relationship of speaker. So imagine, class, that you are a grade 12 honor student and a president of your school's Supreme Student Government or SSG. For the past 2 days, you have been preparing for a final graded report in your oral communication class, which you are going to present during the first period in the morning. You now come to school feeling confident and thinking that it is going to be one great day. So imagine, internalize this situation, class. So hello to our students from Becuran High School, Florian Castro of grade 12, Humes Moses. To Algene Claire Samia Kapili from Cogon National High School, EI Salvador City, Misamis Oriental. Yan, hello sa mga students natin from Misamis Oriental. Magandang hapon po. Ayan. So imagine this. Now let's have the following situations. Situation number one. Susan, example, your mother's name is Susan. Your mother calls you over the phone to remind you to come home early to help prepare the surprise birthday party of your father. Ayan, imagine this situation. Your mother calls you over the phone to remind you to come home early to help prepare the surprise birthday party for your father. So how would you now react or talk to your mother? Based on the situation, based on the situation I've flashed before or earlier. So what would be your reaction or how would you talk to your mother? So we have now a surprise guest. I guess, yeah. So she is a student of Nova, I think. So here is Kaysil. So we'll give a sample reaction or a sample conversation between her mother on how he will respond or react or act, okay, based on the given situation. So let us now listen to her.
I'm almost done with my report. I'm sure it will be a great day tomorrow. Yes, I'm done. I will sleep early today so that I can also prepare early for school tomorrow. Whew, this will be a great day. Oh, it's Mommy. Good morning, Mommy.
Good morning, sweetheart. Are you busy, sweetheart?
No, Mommy, because I already prepared my report. That's why I am not busy and I am happy. So, what's the matter, Mommy? Why did you call? Do you need help?
Oh, I just want to remind you to come home early today to help prepare the surprise birthday party for your father, sweetheart.
Okay, mommy, I will. And I will prepare a small gift for father. Don't worry, I will take care of the decorations. Promise, mom, I will come home early.
That's good to hear, sweetheart. Thank you for the time. Goodbye. I love you.
Goodbye, mommy. You're welcome. I love you too.
Wow, that's nice. From Kaysil Maglasang from the City of Bogos Science and Arts Academy. So, good job. So, palakpakan naman natin si Kaysil. Meron pang next. Right. So, how would you describe the the way Kaysil talked to her mother? How is it? How she responded to the situation? What did you observe? Tanong nga ni Tutor Nova. Sa palagay niyo may epekto ba yung kanyang achievement na natapos niya yung kanyang project or presentation sa oral communication? Okay? Ayan, so palakpakan sila lahat para kay Casey. Super thumbs up tayo dyan. So, what type of speech style, sabi tanungan to Renova, was present on Casey's response to the situation? So sabi dito ni Mark Gabriel, Kaysil was just relaxed and she speaks diligently to her mom. Okay, Meiji, it's my father's birthday, so it's one of the important day of his life. I'll come early so that I can prepare all the things to have a surprise with my mom. It excites me a lot. Ayan, so I think Meiji, you have the same response, just like what Kaysil did. Since yeah, that's right, Mark, it is an intimate style. Uses, okay, intimate style in communicating with her mother because it's, you can see the closeness between the mother and the child, calmly and nicely posed. So let's now check the other situation. Situation number 2. Mr. Reyes, your oral communication teacher, calls you to briefly explain to him how are you going to present your group's work before you present in front of the class. I'll repeat the situation. Mr. Reyes, your oral communication teacher, calls you to briefly explain to him how are you going to present your group's work before you present it in front of the class. So, hindi ready si Kaysil, kaya meron siyang panibagong video rito. Just kidding. So, while we're watching for the how Kaysil reacted or responded in this situation or gagawa siya ng reenactment, will you please chat in our chat box, okay, how will you react, how would you talk or communicate with your teacher, Mr. Reyes? So let's now watch and learn.
I'm almost done with my report. I'm sure it will be a great day tomorrow. Yes, I'm done. I will sleep early today so that I can also prepare early for school tomorrow. Whew, this will be a great day. Oh, it's Mr. Reyes. Good morning, Mr. Reyes.
Good morning, Kiesel. I just called to ask you on how you are going to present your group's work in oral communication.
Okay, sir. Thank you. So we will present our report through a PowerPoint presentation, sir. Each one of us will have a part to discuss. After that, we will ask our classmates some questions about our topic. And that's it, sir. Thank you.
Okay, Miss Maglasam, thank you for your immediate response.
You're welcome, Mr. Reyes.
Okay, goodbye, Kiesel.
Goodbye, Mr. Reyes.
Okay, that's nice, Kaisel. You're such an amazing student. So, very participative. At napakabilis. Agad may reaction siya. Nakagawa siya ng reaction video or reenactment video. Now, compare, okay? Comparing it or yeah, comparing and contrasting it from the previous video of Kaisel. Now, um she talks with her oral com teacher, Mr. Reyes. So what can you observe? What can you observe? So while waiting for your observation, so we have here some comments regarding on how they will respond on the situation number two. According to Daniela Denise Manalili, since it was a group work, probably we learned or we all studied it, and surely I will be able to give a brief discussion to our teacher. That's very confident. That's I love it. So Mark Gabriel Musni, as a leader, I used to ask first my teacher if there's something wrong. Okay, nawala tayo on my report so that I can able to revise it as early as possible. So ayan, let's check now your observations to K-Sales way of communicating with Mr. Reyes. Ann Lopez commented K-Seal is more formal than the previous video. She speaks formally, formal, she responded formally po at walang paligoy-ligoy na sagot. Sabi ni James Maswangat. Okay, Hazel interacted with Mr. Reyes in formal manner. Princess Nicole Bonifacio, she's talking formally. So if I'm going to filter the words here, one word or one thing is in common, and that is the word okay, formal. So definitely, it's very obvious that the style or the way Kaysil communicated with Mr. Reyes is formal, right? Not intimate, not casual, because we all know. Okay, that's my question. That's my next question. Why? Why Kaysil needed to be formal or somewhat formal? We can somewhat consider also that consultative, right? When communicating with Mr. Reyes, her teacher, but very intimate when communicating with her mother. So, what do you think is the factor affecting this shift, the way Kaysil communicate with these two people? Yeah, yan. Sabi ko na sa inyo, support kayo ni Tutor Nova. Great abstraction, our oral com students. Napakagaling. So, we were able to spot the, the, the difference between the two video. But this is my next question. So, what what's the factor affecting the way the two different way, okay? Kaysil communicate with these two people, her mother and her teacher. Ayan. So, context and act in varied form from situation to situation. Depending on the situation, dito naman the relationship. That's right. And you can also notice that because of that difference in the relationship, there's also difference in the way Kaysil talked, the language she used to her mother and with her teacher. So for today, the speech style, we know the speech styles which are intimate, frozen, consultative, casual, and formal, right? So they're the language form. Is it not? The in kung ano mang estilo mo in communicating when you're formal, of course, you'll be using so much formal language. Okay? No slang. Okay? But then in the intimate, you can use secret codes. Okay? Or it is the most informal, okay, use of language in the intimate style. And they could, or it is affected by, yan, just like what you mentioned, the speaker's, excuse me, relationship, and even the purpose of the conversation. So the different, um, your relationship to that person could affect the language, the formality or the informality of the language or the speech style that you're going to use, and even the purpose, and even the purpose. Just like, for example, you are the purpose of the conversation is you want to argue, you want to present it in a debate. Of course, you'll be using what formal language? Definitely, you'll be using a formal one. You'll be using a formal one. Okay, what if may ichichika ka lang? Okay, sa yung purpose mo is may kukwento ka lang, you want to tell a story, your experience last night, no, from, what you did, um, your bonding, bonding with friends. So you may just use um, intimate or casual. So nagbabago depende sa purpose of the conversation and the speaker's relationship, and of course the speech context, intrapersonal, interpersonal, public, and mass communication. Because definitely, sa mass communication or sa public communication, you cannot be too intimate. Why? Because there are a lot of people watching you. They're expecting for you to give them, to inform them knowledge, okay, different concepts, different information that they will learn from you through your public communication, through your, yeah, through your public speaking activity. So in here, your speech context can also affect the speech style, and of course the speech act or the utterance, the content of what you are saying could also be altered, right, depending on the speech context. Because when we are referring to speech act, the utterance or the actual words you are saying, that's the locutionary act. Now, sir, Tutor Alvin, how could speech context, or how speech context could affect the speech act? Simply, okay, because in the speech context, we're referring to the number of people present in a conversation. Diba? Oh, intimate. Interpersonal, only one. Of course, you'll not be using too long, too detailed speeches or utterances. Iba rin kapag interpersonal, may makausap ka. Iba rin kapag public and therefore in mass communication. So, kamukha din sa mga communicative strategies from nomination up to termination. So, it is considered, it is helpful in maintaining connection. It is successfully, or to successfully impart the message and definitely to achieve the communication purpose. So they affect one another. They are very related to each other. So these are now the definite factors affected by the shift in speech context, speech style, speech act, and communicative strategy. Ang ibig sabihin nito, my dear student viewers, these are the things na nababago because of the changes in speech context, speech style, speech act, and communicative strategy. Minsan, ganito siya sa intrapersonal. Then, nung bigla nag-interpersonal na ang usapan, nagbago, nagkaroon ng shift. And what are these factors which are being affected by the shifts? Okay? First is, okay, let's enumerate them first. The language form, the duration of interaction, relationship of speaker, role and responsibility of the speaker, the message, and the duration. So let's begin with the language form. So the language form refers to the formality or informality of the language. So, yun, formal and informal. Makikita yan natin, obvious to sa speech style, right? Sa intimate, walang ka-formal-formal ang pag-usap when we communicate using the intimate style. Same as to with the casual. Then, napaka-formal when you are using the what do we call this? The frozen or the formal style. So next, ayan. So when we say formal language, it is used when talking with professionals or persons in authority in a formal, official, or ceremonial occasion or situation. Will you please give me example of situation where informal language ang ginagamit? On the other hand, we have the informal language. It is used without much consideration to rules of convention or etiquette. Now, will you please, to our student viewers, will you please give me situations which use formal language and situations which use informal language. Next is the duration of interaction. So the duration of interaction refers to the amount of time a conversation takes between and among communicators. So different speech style, different speech act, communicative strategy, and speech context, nangangailangan niya ng iba't ibang oras, okay, o tagal ng pag-uusap. Ano kayang mas matagal? Intimate or formal? Ano kayang mas matagal? Interpersonal ba? Pag may kausap ka or interpersonal when you're alone? Ano kayang mas matagal o madali? Okay, which is shorter or longer? When you are nominating a conversation, when you are controlling it, when you are shifting, di ba? When you are ending it. So, nagbabago, there is a shift. Okay, depending on the speech, on the type of speech context, the type of speech style, speech act, and the communicative strategy. Di ba? It could be long or short or pwede naman na average lang. Average lang. So, next is the relationship of speaker. The relationship of the speaker. So this refers to the speech style used by the speaker suited to his or her relationship to the person with whom he or she is communicating. Gaya nga na nasabi nyo, based on what you observe on Kaysil's videos, so yeah, the shift is very obvious, right? From very intimate when talking to her mother, and now the relationship of Kaysil to Mr. Reyes as her teacher, it changed. So now, on the second video, Kaysil talked to her teacher consultatively. Yeah, it could be consultatively or formally. So there's the shift. Okay, the change is very obvious. Next, number 4. Yeah, we have the intimate. When you're talking to family members, best friends, or romantic partners. Frozen. Yeah, ceremonial, gathering, or rituals. We have consultative. When you are communicating with a person, when you like to clarify things, discuss a problem, or seek advice, just like Kaysil did in the second video, talking to Mr. Reyes. We have also casual when you are communicating um, or sharing close and personal information with friends, classmates, and colleagues. And we have the formal, so delivered a pre-planned or written speech to address a crowd of people. Okay? So next one is the role and responsibility of a speaker. Of course, different speech context. Di ba? Ulit-ulit siya. Sorry, no? Basta, tandaan nyo to. Iba't ibang speech context, different speech style, various speech act, and the different communicative strategy you are doing. Okay? You are acting a certain role and responsibility as a speaker. Okay, you can inform, you can persuade, and you can entertain depending on the purpose. So next, number 5 is the message. The message here, we are referring to the content of your message. Ang nilalaman, okay? It could be fact, opinion, feelings, order, an order. It is a suggestion or question. So it means to say that in the message, nag-iiba-iba rin ang message. O, ah, kanina, parang nabasa ko kay Daniela, the topic, right? So, when you are engaging to different speech context, to different speech style, do sa mga iba't ibang communicative strategy, of course, there are some topics na fitted talaga sa mga yon. Okay? And the last is the delivery. This refers to the manner of delivery involving verbal and nonverbal cues made by the speaker. So, in our session 6 from our quarter 1, we talked about how can we deliver our speeches. It can be extemporaneous. You are holding a note or a guide, but and then you're given a very short, a 3-minute preparation time to have or before you speak, right? So we have also the impromptu. Impromptu is the on the spot speaking. Okay, so extemporaneous, impromptu. These are may extemporaneous, it has a very small, a little time, a preparation time, but then impromptu on the spot speaking. But then if you're not comfortable with these two, you can use the other ways of delivering your message or speech. It could be memorized and manuscript reading, reading your manuscript. So just like what Kaysil did in the different in her videos, okay, showing her reaction or how she responded on the two different situations with two different people, we can really show that there is really, okay, a shift, okay, various shifts or changes from one speech context to another, from one speech act to another, communicative strategy to another, and the speech style from one speech style to another speech style. Do you agree that when you're communicating in a particular speech style, the language form, right? Yeah, the language form, the duration, the relationship of the speaker, the role and responsibility of the speaker, the message and the delivery ay nagbabago din ba? Yes or no? Do you agree or disagree? Yeah, that's nice. Yeah, because communication, we communicate in various situations, okay? With different people in different occasion, di ba? Different. So let us expect and let us be ready that the way we talk with them, the length of our conversation, the things, the information, the message we're going to talk about, our role and responsibility as a speaker, they change too. So that is our lesson, okay? Or what do we call understanding better or deeper the types of speech context, speech style, and speech act, and even communicative strategies. So, I hope you learned a lot in our session today, dear senior high school learners. So, how about giving yourself a great job clap? So, we're done. Okay, thank you. So shout out to KCL and to all our to all our students. So please tune in again next week, same day and same time for another learning journey in oral communication. Again, this is Tutor Alvin, and at the backstage we have Tutor Nova. So saying to be the best in oral communication in context. Till then, happy learning.